Shalom. This is Shalimar from the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak Wadash. Double honor to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. And I was just thinking, in that time that's to come real shortly, Jacob's trouble. You're gonna start seeing miracles being performed as far as for the elect, because Esau he's really about to get down on the you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, talking about war going on in Venezuela. Venezuelan president was saying that, if you mess with us, you mess with all of South America. That was, a few months ago. And then, there are talks of war in possibly war in Nigeria. And, we have Jake over there, too, as well. Of course, some of those are actually Hamites, but, you got Jake is everywhere. You got, so-called Israel, you got Israelites in land of Ham. All right. But I want to start out with this Jeremiah 16. In 16, it says, "Behold, I will send many fishers, said the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them." And of course, that's what we're doing now by pulling people in to listen to this truth. And it's up to them if they want to hear or forbear. It's not up to us. The Lord commanded us to go out and teach and to prophesy and to wake up all people. All right. And it's up to them. It's really, it's their spirit if they're going to get it. And if they're not, they're just part of the 2/3 is going to be destroyed. 2/3 of our people that's not going to get it. But that's what we're doing now. We're fishing for the elect. It says, "And they shall fish them. And after I will send many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks." So how are you going to do that? That now that we have no might, we have no power, all we have is His word. Where those that the Lord is going to keep for himself, they're going to be part of the Lord's army. And I'm talking about the 144,000. Those are the men that's teaching now. And after a while, those men are going to be performing miracles. They're going to be saving the elect and also not making sure nothing happens to those people and to themselves. Okay. And a lot of people, when they get to this topic as far as spiritual powers, and that's when ears kind of shut down, especially when you're dealing with, people that are religious. They think that, oh, that's not talking about that. That's talking about something else. No, there are going to be men on the planet that's going to have superpowers. They're going to look like regular men. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. I think is it Wisdom of Solomon 5? And I just start from the top and read down to 2. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, "Then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account for his labors." Right? The Lord is making account for our labors. The Lord is seeing the work that we're doing The Lord is sending us out teaching, trying to wake our people up. But these devils and, 2/3 of our people, they don't get it. They just not going to get it. And they're going to make fun of us right now. Just like this past Saturday at camp. That's all I saw, people, walking by and talking shit. But they're gonna be freaked out when they see this salvation. Verse 2 says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. So yeah, it's gonna be a hurting feeling for these scoffers and these heathens. And the people of our nation that's just don't want to get right. It's going to be a real bad day for them, because all they had to do was hearken, listen, and possibly receive salvation. But they didn't. So they're going to get what the Lord has set for them. Okay, but yeah, this is going to be a strange thing, seeing these people, these men, saving and also performing miracles. Okay, so the elect is going to have the ability, or should I say the 144,000 of the elect is going to have the ability to heal and to kill. All right, let's go to John 14:2. It says, no, let's go down to John 14:11. It says, believe me that I am in the Father and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. So, of course, Yahweh Shah was on the earth performing all type of miracles. And that's all people needed to see to have to believe in him. But right now, all we have is just faith in the scriptures. We don't have Yahweh Shah actually here. I mean, he's here in the spirit, but he's physically not here. We can't see him perform miracles. So that's where our faith kicks in. We know that we know Yahweh Shah was here. We know he did these things. And we know that prophecy is real. Prophecy is really building up people's faith right now, because the things that were written that people said years ago that was going to happen, that's written in the scriptures, is actually happening, or it's about to happen. It says, verse 12, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. So yeah, what was Yahweh Shah doing? He was doing all kinds of things. He was one of the main things he was doing was healing sick people, healing the blind, healing the lame where they can walk, healing the blind where they could see, the deaf where they could hear. All right, so it's people on the planet now that has these slight malfunctions, that's going to be alive in that time, and you're going to have the elects healing them and kicking ass at the same time. Okay, let's go to Obadiah, the last verse 21. It says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mountain of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord Yahweh's. So yeah, it's going to be saviors. And when you look up that word, it says to save. So it's going to be people actually here, part of the elect, part of the Lord's army, saving people. Let's go to Isaiah 32. My fingers keep slipping, so I get 32:2. It says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So you're gonna have that's talking about those men that the Lord is gonna have set up for himself. They're gonna be carrying out judgments and blessings. Let's stay in Isaiah. Let's go to 41. It says, "Behold, I will make thee a new sharp thrusting instrument having teeth." All right. So the Lord, he's going to basically use you as a weapon. And it says having teeth. That's talking about strength. It says, "Thou shalt thrust the mountains," talking about the governments, "and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff." So when you read about, what was that? Jeremiah, I think it's 51. Lord say, "Thou my battle axe." Let me get it real quick. So like I didn't have this scripture ready. Jeremiah 51 and verse 20. It says, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms." So the Lord's he's gonna use his people, his army, the 100, not the men you see out now. It's gonna be different men. We teach to live peaceably with all men if possible, like the scriptures say. We are the most non-violent people out there. And the Lord is going to activate certain men to go out and handle out his judgments and to be saviors at the same time. All right. Because there's nothing we can do. We can't do anything right now. Esau, the so-called white man, has all the power. He has the power of the weapons. He has the power to shut off all your resources. He can do it all right now. And he's going to do it. That's why you're going to need certain men, righteous men, to carry out righteous judgment through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right, so yeah, it's a few more scriptures I wanted to get, but that was pretty much the point. The Lord's going to have his men, saving and getting busy, when it comes to these to the unrighteous. So you're gonna have they're gonna be carrying out judgment and blessings. As a matter of fact, that's probably gonna be the title of this lesson. The Lord's army will carry out judgment and blessings. Scriptures also say the people shall be willing in the day of thy power. It's going to be people that's going to cleave to those men, because that's going to be their way of getting out of here. That's going to be their judgment, not their judgment. That's going to be their salvation. The ultimate salvation is going to be the chariots of the Lord, the angels, and what people call UFOs. That's going to be the ultimate salvation. But just while we on the planet going through Jacob's trouble, the Lord's going to have certain men that's going to make sure the elect is going to be good. All right. And the Lord is going to be performing miracles himself. He's going to do it. He's going to have certain men doing things. So, just something I was thinking about. It's going to happen. Don't think that this devil has all this power and the Lord's not going to, have certain men down here to help the elect. Okay. So I'm going to end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rachakwadash. Double honor to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom to the elect.